What is going on, fellow gamers? This is Days, and I just want to talk about Dark Souls 3. Dark Souls 3 is arriving in less than 3 months. It's going to be really exciting. This is basically a video to just talk about Dark Souls 3, and as you can tell, I'm hyped. Getting hyped about games can be disappointing if the game doesn't really live up to the hype. I'll give Need for Speed, for example. Need for Speed, I love Need for Speed, but the way they advertised it made it seem like there's a lot of customization for everything, and there wasn't. But Dark Souls is not Need for Speed. Dark Souls 3, whatever I have in mind, just imagining that could be in Dark Souls 3, I'm pretty sure it will go beyond that. As Miyazaki-san said before, it's going to be the definitive Souls game. It's going to be the final Dark Souls game. It may not be the last Souls game. We might get a sci-fi Souls game for all we know, but for Dark Souls, this is the end of Dark Souls. There's no more Dark Souls after this. Nobody knows what will come in the future, but as far as we know right now, this is the last Dark Souls game. These screenshots got me really excited. I've been holding back from watching the video, the tree boss or whatever it is. I just heard about it, but I never really watched it. So I was really holding back on watching any footage because I already watched a lot of footage from the beta, the network test, and I think that's enough for me because I still don't want to know things. I still want to get surprised. And no matter how much footage you see right now, or all the footage available, even if you see it all, this is absolutely nothing. The game, I'm pretty sure, and I'm taking the risk and just jumping on the hype train, freaking 200 miles an hour, I don't care. I know that I will not be disappointed with this game because, Dark Souls 2 is another issue, but Dark Souls 3, we're talking Miyazaki-san is the president, so he has control over everything, and I truly have faith in Miyazaki-san and what he is going to bring us, whatever he brings us on Dark Souls 3. And this is what I want to talk about today. This is one of the things, I honestly don't have a list. I haven't written anything. Usually I script my videos. I write down everything. But not for this one. I just want to, it's just a free talk where we're going to talk about Dark Souls 3. And to talk about Dark Souls 3 and what kind of improvements we're getting in Dark Souls 3, we just have to take a look at the previous Souls games: Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Dark Souls 2, and Bloodborne. Now, for all of you who have already played, I haven't played Demon Souls. I've honestly played Demon Souls for about 10 hours, and then I just didn't complete it. I might complete it one day, but back on the topic. For all of you guys who have already played Souls games, you probably already know what is being brought to Dark Souls 3 and what is staying back in the old Souls games. To take a look at the improvements and what could possibly be in Dark Souls 3, I couldn't help but just go crazy over what kind of covenants we're getting. Let's take a look at Covenants of Bloodborne, for example. We've got 2 new covenants. We got 2 new covenant runes, and I'm not going to call them covenant runes, but for Dark Souls, if we're able to transform to a dragon, for example, it's definitely going to be a covenant that you have to be in order to, get the ring or whatever item to be able to transform. Now, the transformations in Bloodborne, in my opinion, work greatly. They work. In my opinion, I don't think they're OP. I don't think they're they're not easy to use. They're not the easiest things to use. I know the one with the milkweed transformation from still talking about Bloodborne here, from the old hunters. It has that L2 explosion, and it can possibly one-shot people if they have low enough vitality or just a weak defense against magic. But nonetheless, they all take some sort of skill to successfully kill somebody in PvP, for example, with the transformations, either Beast Claw or the other transformation. I'm just going to call it the Milkweed transformation for now. So what they've done with the transformations in Bloodborne gets me really excited for the Dragon Covenant in Dark Souls 3, because if you remember in Dark Souls 1, we had a transformation, and it was, you can transform into a dragon, but it was merely nothing but just a fancy transformation, except it just gave you more fist power, basically more damage, the breathing fire, you know, the item that lets you breathe fire, the Dragon Headstone, I think it was called, and then the Body Stone or something, I can't remember what it was called. It gives you that the power up, you know, with like a force effect, with a temporary power up. But I don't think it. And in Dark Souls 2, we got just dragon armor. It looked cool, but there was no like power, and it had like fire breathing. But I just don't think the fire breathing worked well back in those games. Like there was just not enough damage. People weren't just encouraged to like breathe fire unless they're trolling or they're just having fun with it. In Bloodborne, the transformations mean a lot more than the previous like Souls game. You can just run through the whole game, transform. It's very viable. The moveset is pretty wide. It just worked fantastically in my opinion. Transformations are a success in Bloodborne. At least that's how I feel about it. They're really fun to use and everything. And we got... I don't think any of us saw the second transformation coming. I thought we were just going to get the beast transformation and that was it. But they stepped that up and brought another kind of transformation with all the tentacles and what's it called? The Wrath of the Gods, Arcane. It just worked great. So it just makes me wonder what kind of transformation as a dragon we're getting, and what kinds of like powers are we getting, like maybe hopefully more viable fire breathing and like all that stuff, and like what kinds of other transformations might we get. Like we might get say a normal dragon transformation, you know, with like a certain amount of powers, and then another kind of dragon, maybe, I don't know, maybe different types of dragons, different types of maybe a Lord of Cinder Covenant, for example, where you can acquire special miracles or powers or whatever while you're in that covenant. They haven't really talked about covenants that much in Dark Souls 3. It's just really exciting to talk about, think of, and just speculate. It's fun for me. So yeah, that's pretty much it, really. Like I just take a look at these. You've obviously seen, if you've been looking at the video and not just listening, you've seen these the screenshots and everything. Just speculate, you know. Our new waifu, the maiden in this game in Dark Souls 3, has been revealed. So I'm pretty sure you saw it during the video if you kept your eyes on the screen. It's all pretty exciting stuff. I honestly did not really take a look at the pictures. I just took a brief look at them. I honestly don't want to spoil myself. you know, like like if there's a new type of enemy in the game, I don't want to know that it's there. So, but like all I had in mind was the transformations things. And if you guys want to talk about what's on the screen, I will talk about it in the comments, but don't treat me like I completely know every detail in these pictures, because I don't, because I just didn't look at them. Anyway, I guess that's it for today. I just wanted to spark up some lovely Dark Souls conversation, because it's my favorite game of all time, and I'd love to talk about it with you guys. This has been Days, and have a great day.